Hey internet, welcome back to my channel. Today is my final video for 2020 and also the last video in a string of semi-daily videos I've been releasing on this channel. It's definitely been quite the experience, though I've really been enjoying it. However, I'm really looking forward to some sort of break from YouTube, even if that's only for a few days. As you can probably already tell, this video is my 2021 bullet journal setup video. I didn't really go for any particular theme and instead have kept my layouts pretty functional. I'm saving all the colors and themes for the monthly spreads instead. So first up, I'm putting down my 2021 overview, and I know this part of the video goes for a while, so I thought I would take the opportunity to talk through a few of my thoughts. Something I thought would be worth mentioning is I'm currently a little unsure about whether I want to continue filming my Plan With Me videos in my bullet journal, at least maybe not for the immediate future. Last year, I felt myself really not enjoying the process because, well, one, I don't feel super confident with my artistic skills, and two, filming it meant I couldn't just gradually enjoy the building process behind the scenes in the evenings, and I had to save all of that for a weekend when I had good lighting and a good 2-hour slot to film the entire process, which, to be honest, really started to take away from the fun of bullet journaling, but it was also giving me a little bit of stress. Kind of the opposite of why I fell in love with planning to begin with. So I'm not really sure. I might instead film some quarterly flip throughs, or maybe if I take a bit of time to focus on just being creative, I might get a bit more confident to come back and film. I haven't quite worked it out yet. Oh, and the other thing I was thinking was potentially reducing my bi-weekly uploads to once a week, which was actually the original schedule I had a few years ago. Though I'm not fully committed to that idea because I really love filming videos and I have so many ideas I always want to film. But I really want to focus on improving the overall quality of my videos, and that's certainly going to take a lot more time to film and edit, which might make it harder to produce videos at the same frequency. So we'll see how things go in 2021. I'd really love to focus on making higher quality videos for you to enjoy, and if that means the frequency might suffer, hopefully it won't, but if it does, then at least you know ahead of time. Okay, so one of the issues I had last year was constantly having to count the spacing when I would create weekly layouts. So this year I decided to take a page of inspiration from Amanda Rach Lee and recreate her measurement page so I can always refer back to it. And having already set up my January weekly spreads, I can tell you it has proven very useful. Moving on to my future log. I didn't actually find mine very useful last year. I think it was because I was so focused on making sure any notable dates I wrote down were in the right sequential order, which made it really hard to note it down ahead of time, and then towards the end of the year I noticed I actually just stopped using it altogether. So for this year I've decided to write down all the dates vertically so that the sequence is already in place, and now I just have to note down what is the most significant event of that day. The only downside with this particular method is that if there are two significant events in one day, there isn't enough space to write both of them down. So instead, I just need to prioritize and write down the one that is most important to me. I've also gone ahead and used my color coding, which is the same colors I've been using for years now. Blue is any work-related events such as public holidays or days I intend to book annual leave on, which reminds me I still need to do that for 2021. Yellow are any events related to friends or things that are more social, such as their birthdays. Pink are the family-related events, such as birthdays and anniversaries. And red is usually reserved for travel-related events, but since I don't have any of that planned at the moment, I went ahead and used it to mark down the Lunar New Year, which I was really hoping to host for my family this year at my house since it was supposed to be newly renovated. But if you've been watching my vlog channel, then you'll know that we are still in the thick of renovations and it is highly unlikely they are going to be done, including in time to buy all the furniture for the 12th of February. So hopefully I'll play host in 2022. Also, to help break the month a little bit more, I went ahead and shaded out the weekends. I'm thinking I may go back and shade the actual space with a gray highlighter so that it stands out a little more, because in the video you can hardly tell that I shaded it out, though in person it is a little more obvious. Over on the next page, page, I'll be listing out all the themes for the year. I started this page in 2020 and I really loved it. It's so nice to go back and look at the different colors and themes featured for each month. And I wanted them to look like little makeshift folders that you could flip through, so I added a tab to each box to try and give that illusion. Opposite is where I'll be listing my goals for 2021. I've decided to categorize them under personal, work, hustle, and other. Personal is pretty self-explanatory, work is stuff to do with my 2 IT jobs, hustle is everything to do with my own businesses, and other is pretty much a catch-all for anything that doesn't fall into the 3 above categories. Okay, like last year, I wanted to highlight a gratitude that reflected each month, which is what this page is for. I love doing monthly gratitudes in my bullet journal, but I have another journal where I write down my daily gratitudes. It's a 5-year journal and will go on till 2024. Next is a page where I will list all the books I've read for 2021. In 2019, one of my resolutions was to read 12 books, but I only made it to 10. And for some reason, in 2020, I decided to aim for 24. But thanks to everything that happened, my monthly book club was cancelled and I ended up very unmotivated and only read 2 books, which I felt really disappointed in myself. So this year I've settled for 16 books, a happy middle ground between the 2 years. But if you think about it, it's still a little strange since in neither year did I even come close to 16 books. But I think it's good to have ambitious goals sometimes. Another repeat from last year is my list of YouTube videos I've uploaded. I managed to fill out almost 6 pages of videos for 2020 and I really love looking back upon it to see how much work I've done. It's just so satisfying. I also decided to do the same for any blog posts I intend to produce this year. I want to find ways to improve my writing for 2021, so I'm really going to push myself to do more blogging. And that is everything I have in 2021. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. This is Celina reporting from my room. Back to you, Internet.